Welcome back to Roll Initiative. My name is Dave. I'm a dungeon master for a group of friends that get together and play D&D. Okay, so before we get started, guys, a quick recap. Last time together, you guys were at this locked door. You were saved by this blue gnome that you found out her name is Skoonch. Listening through this door, you heard what appeared to be arguments and loud people on the outside of this. Rowan, you successfully unlocked this door, disengaged this trap, which you found was kind of interesting because it was actually pointing away from you, more towards what was ever on the other side of this door. Upon opening this door, Skoonch, you took a peek at first, and instantly got this smell of just urine and feces and just horrible stench. Peeking out, you were able to see a wall stood about 25 feet high. You saw people very filthy. Some looked as if they were starving, but a mixture: children, adults, all ages. All seemed wearing this collar around their neck. You also noticed in the distance 3 what appeared to be guard posts, 2 archers on each. Upon coming back in, telling the rest of the group of what you saw, Leah, you became invisible. Went outside, examined it more, where you witnessed, actually, Skoonch, you also did witness these people pulling apart a puppy, arguing over whose food it was and when the last time the individual ate. Eventually, they did rip this puppy in half, feeding on it. As you looked down farther, you saw the same thing, Skoonch, except you also saw a large iron gate guarded by 1 guard at the end of this, what appeared to be more of a ghetto type of situation. Eventually, you guys came out, tried to do it in a sneaky way. Bakari, you got kind of caught up in everything that was going on and drew some attention to yourself from these people. You found some of them to be quite broken, others quite angry. Eventually, you decided to pull out the giant owl. You turned to this giant eagle. Before doing that, you moved forward enough to see this large dog mastiff being fed on. Its belly cut wide open, puppies that they seem to be feeding on. Rufus, you heard a whimpering as a runt of the litter, obviously very small for a mastiff, even a pup this young, made its way to you, scooped it up as you guys ordered your owl. And on the eagle, flew out above, heading to the docks. Skoonch and Leah, you saw Reginald walking in the crowd. As you kind of watched, you saw him change. From that of a salt and pepper male human to what appeared to be a female, long blonde hair. Then switch again as he was making his way through his crowd. Trying to get a better look and following him, he somehow was able to sense he was being followed. Even at your height, 80 feet up, he still could feel it. As he looked at you, you watched this thing change constantly, as then the last appearance of a very old man and darting into a nearby building. Rufus, you, Oriana, and riding on Leah as a giant eagle made your way to the boat, where you were surprised by the drows that you believe you saw walking down the corridor towards you guys in the Coastline Tavern. The same golden eagle around their neck. They immediately basically told you they were here to take your heads. Not to talk, discuss anything, but strictly here for that. Battle ensued to where it alerted the city guardsmen. These drows, the one that seemed to be his leader, told them all this is not the time, as they all basically jumped ship into the ocean next to them. Your ship is now sailing off. As Leah riding this giant owl, you saw these guards draw their flaming arrows, pointing it towards the ship, where you begged them, in a sense, stop. We're innocent, we did nothing wrong. And that's where we'll pick it up. So you are now standing in front of it. You guys are drifting away towards the gate.
How far is the ship from the dock?
At this point, okay, about 50 feet.
50 feet,
50
all right.
60 feet away.
Rufus, do we have enough line? Can you hear me? Rufus, do we have enough line on the ship? Do we have enough line on the ship to loosen the lines and throw a line to the dock so we can pull you back in?
We can certainly try.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
So you're able to scramble up enough, you throw it out, you guys are able to grab it, kind of trying to pull us back. As you know, some of the guards kind of drop their arrows down to their side, put the bows back as they grab the rope with you, pulling this boat. Not the best into dock, but definitely enough to where you guys can get off if you choose to.
Okay. So we
You
can
see now two gentlemen, swords, each side, long purple cape, plate armor, with 4 guardsmen, shorter capes, mainly equipped with a short sword and bow and arrows, as they are all now looking at you guys on this dock. So what you want to do? And you're a snake holding this thing, so.
We want to put, I don't know, Lacey, is there a name for the thing that we put the...
The gangplank?
Sure. How you can walk back to
Gangway? Yeah, gangway, yeah.
That's what we want to put out then, and let's go have a chat.
Okay. Walk the leg.
So you notice the one in the longer cape, only made just the swords, kind of removes his helmet. He has a human male. What is the meaning of this? Why do you bring this onto my docks?
We didn't bring anything onto your dock. What's in your city came to us.
What's in our city?
Of no fault of our own. Some druids. Druid? What are they? Drows. These drows showed up, tried to steal the ship, and we had to defend ourselves against them. We were leaving.
Any evidence of this, perhaps?
Yeah, if you look on our boat, there's a drow. There's a drow that we managed to keep, while the other ones fled as soon as they saw you coming.
Okay, looks at you, looks over at the boat, directs his guardsmen to forward to kind of stand and watch you guys as he makes his way up into the boat. Immediately seeing, I am assuming, a giant snake holding a drow. As he kind of steps back a little bit, kind of unsheaths his sword as he's looking at you.
I wouldn't worry too much about the snake.
Well, can you tell it?
Is he choking right now?
No, he's just howled.
Can you tell it to release this creature?
He can speak.
So he's keeping his distance from you. Sword ready to go.
Alright.
She won't hurt you.
As he kind of begins to question this drow, who sent you? No answer.
I will gently tighten if the drow won't answer.
Okay, give me damage.
Alright.
Interrogation.
Waterboard.
11.
What's the damage? Okay, as you're squeezing, now you notice like you hear cracks as you're just cracking his ribs. His one arm kind of just twists the wrong way where like hyperextends inward as the sword just drops out of his hand. You hear a crack there where he's just blood begins to ooze from his mouth as he's just looking.
Might
harder.
there be a song you can play to loosen his tongue? You know the ditty.
That's a good idea.
Harp does fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from good or evil, control weather, cure wounds, and wall of thorns.
Suggestion.
Hey, I have suggestions, so.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll look over to the new one. You got some skills?
Do we want to use it on the drow though, or do we want to use it on this guard guy and just have him let us go?
The guard hasn't attacked us. They're just questioning us.
I'd rather prove our innocence and move on, so
Okay.
drow talk.
Alright.
If he spits it out,
Oh,
better.
gonna just
I
have
believe I make
suggestion
a
and
saving
tell
throw
me-
with that.
Yeah. That is cocked as I've never seen anything more cocked in my
I
life.
believe I roll.
It's actually like
suggestion.
up, right?
Oh, okay.
We gotta find out.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
It's like literally like
Might be another dice.
perfectly like up like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no like. It's everything.
Black.
It's every point.
There it is. Thank you.
Okay.
There's no roll. It's just creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. I don't know.
And people who aren't have to tell the truth.
So do you utilize it?
Wisdom saving.
Oh, wait, yes. Target must make a wisdom saving throw. Sorry. Why did they put it all the way down there?
Because it's rude.
On a failed save, it pursues the course of action you described to the best of its.
You said it's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
14.
It succeeds. So,
So we all
okay.
know.
So I'm just gonna go up to the ground and be like, answer the man's question, buddy.
Tell this abomination to loosen its grip. Maybe I will.
That's not how this spell works.
He's drowned.
Okay.
I'll
Is
loosen up.
is it resistant
Just
entirely?
He's dropped the sword, so I'm less afraid. So I'll loosen up a little.
What do you want to know, little blue one?
What did the guy ask?
Who
sent
sent
him?
him?
Who sent
Who
them?
sent you? And such.
I was sent by the Court of Owls.
Kind of looks bad that we have a giant owl.
Kinda admire it. Although you do not deserve the right to have one.
It's not mine specifically, but.
Fudge house, I'm dying here. As he kind of coughed up more blood, this dude
I
just.
don't know what else, guys. We need more.
Why did
guys.
they attack us?
Why did you attack us?
A man with no face promised us much gold, which was paid. Although now I'm sure him and the rest of his entourage will make death of us shortly. After all, we failed, didn't we? As he just starts coughing up, as he coughs up, it kind of a little bit sprays on his blood. It's like, oh,
He got paid up front.
Just a thought.
I mean, I could
Court
tell.
of Owls
I got a
always
medicine
paid
kit.
up front.
Where'd you leave
Court
that
of
gold
Owls
at?
Always paid up front.
Okay.
What's the Court of Owls?
An ancient faction that just loves to see the foe burn. Simple. Gold and destruction.
Shitlords.
Were you expecting some kind of deeper emotional answer? We work for gold, and we like
Where do you
to
keep
watch
that
things
gold?
burn.
And so you were only paid gold. You don't know why you were sent to kill us.
The man with no face said it was none of our concern, which it isn't with the Court of Owls. We
So
simply
your
feel we
mission was
must.
to kill us.
Yes, you and the fat man,
face,
which
anything at
we
all.
did successfully.
He had no
Yeah.
face.
It is on face, therefore it is on the mouth.
He's kind of just crumbling. He's looking pretty rough at this point. Cough up more and more blood. And he kind of looks over at the commander standing there. Your miser let him free. That way no more harm will come to your city. The captain kind of stands there.
See? What was
Release the
that?
prisoner. He just kind of slums there. Captain stands over.
With my tail, I'm gonna flip the sword away from him just so it's not close.
Any more questions for this thing?
Not that we have. We satisfied yours.
Captain kind of looks down at him, takes his sword, and slowly just pushes it through the girl's throat.
Oh.
Until where it actually gets into the wound, and he just drops it. As he just slowly pulls it out. I'll have my men get this shit off your ship before you take off.
Don't bother. Let's have Brock just.
But maybe I should follow his advice too. I think your reasons for coming here are probably done. And we don't want trouble. Next time I might look at this differently. As he kind of looks over at the guard, you see these guards just kind of walk off as he just exits your boats.
Can we get a pass for the gate, please?
He goes he takes out a small piece of parchment. It's a notepad. Hands it to you. It's best you be leaving. Safe travels to you.
Let's get all that raw away.
As he kind of exits back, you guys get on the boat. There has been some sail damage, but something you can fix probably once you get out.
I'm gonna shift back and do a little druid craft to
Okay.
fix them for
Okay.
the day.
Okay.
Until we can get up there and sew them.
Okay.
I'm actually a boat carpenter too.
Yes.
Oh, you are.
So you get up with the damage on the mast once we get out there. So it does have some damage, but not over the top.
Saleable
And-
for now.
Once they're up and we're moving, I am tending to that puppy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna help her.
Yeah.
So you guys notice as you examine a little bit closer.
You guys brought lunch.
I'll let you guys call. Well, preference,
What?
What
male or
about
female?
For what?
Or do you want me to roll it random?
Roll it.
roll it?
Roll it random.
1 to 3, it's a male.
Decide.
4 to 6, female. And as you guys lift it up, you notice it is a small, but it's female. Very,
I'm gonna.
We're so ingrained in it when he offered you a chance to pick.
We're so
I figured
outnumbered here on this table.
Oh, just a little bit, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, definitely, I guess.
4
I'm
to
gonna
2.
vamp Luna out because she can help me.
Luna's a male.
okay.
Luna's a girl.
So you have Luna
Henry's a girl too.
with you. As you're tending to this pup, you notice when Rufus does, when he walks by, there is a small connection. He's the one that lifted her up. So there's a little bit of a thing as she whimpers and kind of looks as he walks by, looks up at him, and there's, just because that was the first hands to touch her and save her. So there's going to be a little bit of that. But you guys tend to her where you could feel she's going to be everybody's companion type of deal, but just a little bit of that, the hands that first touched her. There's
While
going to
we're
be a
getting our
little bit of
cuddles
that.
in and thinking of a name, let's bring out the eggs.
The eggs, oh.
The white
Okay.
eggs. We got dragons.
You would know this, and you would know it's basically preparing. You find some hay in the storage. Yeah, you prepare an actual, almost like a nest for these eggs. Hey, you kind of make a nice soft place for it, and you remove these eggs. There's 3 of them.
We had them in the bag, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a dex check every time you remove and put down one of those eggs.
Oh,
So if you want to do them
three dex
all, or
checks.
if each
No,
person wants to try.
My bag, so
Inspiration.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a bardic inspiration for the first one.
All right. So that's
I'm
a
gonna take a health potion.
Yes, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Mark it off. Remember, all your cantrips are back, just not actual spell.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
go ahead.
God, you help. 15.
15. The first one you kind of lift out, gently put it there. Seems to be okay.
All right, so then he offered her, or you said inspiration, too,
Inspiration.
so you get inspiration on the
Alright.
second one too.
It's a good thing. It's a 7 and 8. 15 plus 1 is 16.
Second one seems to go pretty well as you kind of sit it there.
Anybody want to help me on the last one?
Sure, I'll spit my last one.
Thank you. Thank you. 13.
You lift up and just breaks in half and just take your arm. Just kidding. You lift it out, but as you're lifting it and holding it, it does shake a little bit. You can feel movement inside of it. Yeah, definitely. You notice as you're holding this one up against the shake, you look at the 2 that are in there, they almost begin to respond with it. There's almost just some kind of, whatever you may call it, a connection between us. As you hold it and you sit it down there, you watch them all begin to shake more as you can see the shells begin to crack.
Is this anywhere around the new pup?
Do you want it to be?
No, I will walk away with the new puppy now that I've got the eggs.
Okay.
So opposite ends of the ship.
Yes.
You watch as these eggs crack open. And, yes,
The bigger one eats the little too.
someone roll me percentile dice. I need, yeah,
Somebody?
Yeah.
whoever wants to do it. Because this is a team thing,
It's 2
so
of them. It's the one with the
I'm
double
gonna need
digits.
three
and the one with the
times
single
on it. So if
digits.
you'd like to roll percentage dice
Yeah,
one
you
time
do
too.
one, Jennifer and Lacey, go for it.
That's these
So
ones.
which one was I
Yeah.
supposed to, this one, right?
10 and a 10 with it.
And it's
You gotta go with
10?
10.
No, she got
That's not this
100.
one.
Yeah.
No, it has to go with that. That's not, yeah.
So both
She
of
rolls
these,
a 0
right?
on there, so, yep.
Oh, you got 100.
I have 106.
No, 0, 0, and 0 is 100. 0, 0, 6 is 6.
Well,
You can't roll higher than 100.
I have 100.
That's how that works.
No,
No, you rolled 6.
6. You rolled 6.
Okay, I'm sorry, I rolled
So a
6.
6,
Oh, what?
so
So the
6 and a
percent-
60.
So the percentile
60.
doesn't count then?
The percentile is 2. You have to
Yes,
roll both
you have
die.
to roll both. It's 10s. Trust me.
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
So the
What'd
way
you
to get
get?
100, you have to roll 3 zeros.
Yeah.
Yes, what'd you get?
6 and a
That's damn near
60.
impossible.
Okay, so you got 66.
66.
Yeah,
Okay, I got
6%.
you.
33.
Right, 6.
Okay.
Still don't get it then, okay.
Could be.
Split it.
As you kind of
We'll find out what
open
So I-
one each, as they begin to hatch and open,
90 would be better,
Uh,
right?
Oriana, you're kind of standing close to one as it kind of peeks its head out. You notice it has this greenish color to it. It instantly just snips you and you take 3 points of damage.
Cool.
feisty.
Can you use the health potion?
Yeah. Just go back there for a second.
Boom. Kind of stand over one, cracks open. This one almost gray. More of a real gray color to it.
Like it.
Kind of looks and just lets out this squawk at you as it completely
There you go.
removes itself from the shell. Here's the one you're watching. Opens up too, and it just comes out like fire red looking. Just this really crimson this color. This one kind of, as
That's a
it
good batch.
gets its way out, you watch as it breaks completely free and bigger than the rest almost it seems to be. Kind of looks at the other ones as they seem to respond to it as it stands between it. And they all just kind of look up at you and just is in there.
From the other side of the boat, we'll call, you might want to get him fed.
And they're just there. Probably,
Well, as long as we're, have we
probably
gone
about
past
this
our,
big each. The other one's a little larger.
Do we have any?
past the gate
The
thing
red
yet?
one's the large one?
We got a shit ton of food.
Yes,
We're
you've
gonna
already
see what happens.
obligated.
So we're smooth sailing right now.
You're sailing.
Yeah.
So knowing that
Down
we
the
got
galley.
a new pup,
All right.
3 wyverns.
I'm gonna go run off
I'm
to
gonna
the
leave this on,
galley
like,
and
autopilot,
grab like
basically start fishing.
a bowl of raw meat
Doing what I can.
Okay.
and come back
So
and
you're fishing,
cook it.
raw meat, all that good stuff. Okay, fishing, just give me a quick dex check.
Dexy check.
No, you know what? I'm sorry, give me a survival.
Survival. Wisdom.
I'm actually just going to conjure a little
12.
12.
handful of good berries.
Okay, you spent a couple hours fishing, able to fill up 2 pails worth of fish.
Maybe some of that'll be for us and the pup, and they
I was
can
gonna
get
say.
some raw meat.
And yeah, I need from you a wisdom,
I'll eat
a
some.
Constitution saving throw. I'm sorry.
Fish.
But don't forget it.
Don't forget what?
You'll see, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I got it. It's been so long.
17.
Okay. As you're doing all this, the excitement, all the energy, as this adrenaline starts to release from your body, you start to feel yourself kind of feeding for a little fix. Not to the point yet where you need it, but you know that Kari has it on her when needed.
Okay.
You're getting a little craving for the spice, but not completely yet.
Okay. But I'm okay.
Yeah, you're sweating it out. You're
Okay.
trying to fight it.
Good.
Okay. Is there any... Oh, you guys can talk about
Oh,
it.
I'll tell
yeah,
you about
we'll have
that.
a conversation.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Dendrons.
you guys, you notice as your ship pushes forward, you're following the coastline of Midgard. Skies, light blue, filled with real heavy white clouds. So they sometimes blanket the warmth of the sun, leaving only just cool and salty wind from the sea. As you sail more onwards, north of you in the distance, you can see snow-capped mountains and these beautiful dancing lights that fill the horizon. You go through this for the next 3 days of this same. You don't see a lot of ships out here. Every once in a while, you seem to drift past things, pieces of wood floating. Might have been a ship.
So
at
in
one time.
3 days, have we rested?
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah,
say.
everybody's rested.
That we slept at some point in those 3 days.
Oh yeah,
I'm definitely need a break.
yeah. You guys all full rested, full slots, what was ever expended. I need another Constitution saving throw from you.
$15.
You do good the first 24 hours. By the second day, Leo does approach you, Kari, needing some of the spice.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
You've been
Or
holding
wants to
off.
put the map down. Let's put the map down so we can get a look at
Yeah.
our travels.
Yep.
Let us know the fun too.
Yes, you guys are kind of looking upside down right now, but here's where you're at. where am I? Laser right there. Okay.
Everyone at home, don't worry about the detail. It's hard to read from here too.
Oh, laser.
Look for the
Here.
red dot. Oh, here you go.
My laser.
Other one.
Laser. My freaking laser.
Okay, so you guys. We're up here.
Oh, yeah.
Smoldierheim.
Okay.
You've been sailing along this coast. And Donnermark sits right. God, why so bad?
Right around there?
Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
Donnermark should be right there. Yep.
And that's where we're planning to land.
That's where you're going. Yeah, you guys know you got about another 4 or 5 hours before you get there. As you're on this ship, you've been tending to. Has anybody in particular been tending to these wyverns? Are we doing it as a community here?
I would say community.
Sharing.
Everybody, give me animal handling throws.
I'm actually gonna stay out of it because I
Okay.
knew I didn't want to bond with one anyway because I
Okay.
can fly. So I'm gonna
Okay.
take responsibility for the dog.
Okay, so you guys, and you give me an animal handling check for that.
Unless
Oh,
Rufus,
20.
Oh, nice.
unless you want Rufus, unless you want responsibility for the dog.
At the moment, you're fine to do that.
All right,
I'm driving the
18.
ship, so.
you got it.
22.
20.
Wow. What'd you get?
27.
Oh, Carly, what'd you get?
17.
You guys are a bunch of animal handlers. Yeah, I mean, just in these 3 short days, as you guys kind of take turns feeding them, kind of introduce yourself to these things, I mean, you've gotten to where you get to a piece of the fish, kind of chop it and kind of throw it, and they just catch it, and they kind of flap their wings,
Are
and
they big on
squat
the
down at you.
heads? Because we don't like the heads.
They're getting, you can see they grow pretty quickly. I mean,
Probably.
just in the last 3 days, you know, they've put on a good 2-3 pounds.
I'd love to see what a real meal
They're
would
just,
be.
yeah, but they're definitely, you guys come in, they're aware.
Have they?
I want
have
to
they begun,
introduce
you know,
Headwing to them too, and get Headwing like
Acclimate.
acclimated with them because they're all flyers.
Okay, good luck.
Probably not a good idea yet.
Okay, if you want to try it, the headwing would have to. Boy, I'm not sure.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
You
When is
make me
going to be a good
nervous.
time?
Here, I'll tell you what.
When they're older?
When they're taking commands.
Okay, so
But I
first
figured
time
that she could help teach them.
you
because
take
they're all flyers.
headwing in there the first time. You know, see all kind of. They kind of look at it, and they just the red one just immediately goes to try to grab from each. Whoa! And headwing freaks out a little bit, and you're like, now give me the animal handling in that situation.
Okay.
Ooh.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
So I get an 8, right?
And are you in there watching it?
Sure.
Yep, you guys are kind of in there watching what happens. As she kind of holds us out there, and you see this thing just get hungry eyes. And it's like, it goes to snap at it.
16, 17, 20.
20. Okay, so you kind of pull Headwing back, and Headwing's like freaking. As you kind of just, with your 2 fingers, as it kind of bites out, you just slap it on top of the nose. It's kind of just looks down, just and just backs down. And you see the other 2 kind of look and follow its lead. As you again, want to try to put Headwing out there again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Put it out there.
Same thing, but no.
Boat is like Noah's Ark.
It's getting.
This time you hold out there and it kind of gets up close. You can see it snarling a little bit. As it gets kind of closer, kind of smells it. Kind of, again, snarl, it's showing its fangs. It's just, lets it release down as it just kind of, with its nose, kind of taps Headwing. And then just makes its way immediately back. And just watch it kind of flaps its wings a little bit. So that's as far as it goes with that.
Okay.
Okay? Is there anything anybody wants to do before you arrive
They were
in Donnermark?
young is best to
I'll
introduce
try
them to things before they're too big and then it's
Practice the scimitar again to get better at it.
Okay, give me just a strength roll. I mean,
I will have taken care of her fix.
okay.
15.
Just enough to take the edge off.
Preemptively.
Being practiced total 3 to 4 times now between both ship rides, you're proficient with that.
So what do I get now?
You get to D8 with it when you use it. You also think about a moment the whole dreams you had about your aunt on the boat. You think about how this new person you met never met before, Scooch, somehow
Maybe we should hear some background.
had a conversation with your aunt. Your aunt somehow warned all you guys of it. So as you're kind of practicing with the scimitar, these thoughts are kind of going through your mind. And it's the same kind of a little bit with you, as you kind of watching her, and you're first of all, you're puzzled as to why she's using her staff for her magic instead of her soul, her heart, her mind. You're also kind of puzzled the full size, being that her aunt you saw was smaller, but also had the wings, the whole fairy thing, and you see a resemblance as far as the reddish hair, the blue silver eyes. You see that, but as far as that, you don't sense the magic you sensed with the aunt at this moment. So you guys are kind of feeling that out about each other. It's kind of like
Maybe you can help me out later, Skimch.
Sure.
Figure it out together.
Yeah.
She's been a little stuck.
Like, stuck in what way?
Well, we ran into a big baddie, and she got caught in an explosion, basically.
And I threw the big blue gem thing.
Bomb.
This is all making sense.
Yeah. We threw a big bomb, and
And when they say blue bomb to you, that also triggers a little memory in you. This blue stone is explosive stone from a thing from a long time ago. You kind of remember that whole thing. As you
When
were
an
looking at it.
adorable little dwarf almost did a full TPK.
You remember that a little bit too.
Almost okay.
Okay,
Not
so
what they were.
you guys kind of want to dock in Donnermark? You're coming around it now.
That's where we're
Is it a
supposed to go.
gate situation?
Nope. What you see immediately with this is a large city. Its buildings come all the way down to the coastline. You can see dock workers quickly unloading and reloading these ships, these barges that fill its port. You kind of find a place to dock in. Immediately getting off this ship, you notice right away the port itself kind of sits below the city line. There's stone stairs climb upward, leading to the heart of Donnermark. Just looking at it as you're making your way up these stairs, you notice it's fine architecture. Its buildings are constructed of fine stone and wood. I mean, perfectly combined to be so appealing to the eye as you're just looking at this. The smell of fresh seafood and fine tobacco fill your nose. As you make your way to the top of these stone staircase, the city just opens up to you. You see aristocrats walking the streets. Every building you look at is just perfection. You also notice scantily dressed elven women trying to hustle these aristocrats for their silver. And as you make it onto the main street, at the very far end, you see a castle. You see a large banner hanging in the center of it. It's that of an eagle sable on a red and yellow background, counterchanged. So basically, it has the yellow and red background, a black eagle half on this side, a red lion on the other. Is your symbol.
do you know the symbol?
Yes, you know it to be the symbol of the Duchies of Dornig. It has been there since you can remember as a child.
Because I'm from there.
Yes, you're from the southern part, yep. You also notice a lot of city guard in this area, just patrolling the streets, watching everything that's going on. You do immediately get the feeling of a little over the top. You don't remember it being this way at all growing up there. So, what you guys want to do?
We're supposed to keep a low profile, but is anyone going to recognize any of us?
We're not from around here, so that should be highly unlikely.
You do get to feel
I grew up
yeah,
here.
you'll have an idea of
Although,
Should we
we
get
already had a whole assassination team.
What time of day is it?
So
Is it
maybe our
early? Is it
reputations
late? Is
precede
it
us.
what time
Right now,
of day?
it's about 9, 10 in the morning.
Okay.
It's early morning. You know, even as you guys kind of make your way down the street, guards don't seem to mess with you too much. They kind of glance over and kind of nod once in a while. They keep on their way.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we find a tavern, bed
Get some
down for the
breakfast
night.
and-
Maybe
Well, it's
change
morning.
our clothes a little bit and
Well, it's
find a way to
morning.
be-
That's why I said.
Taverns are open whenever.
Well, no, because he said bed down for the night, so I'm like,
I don't know.
morning.
Drive for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might
That's
want to
true.
take a rest. We could sit and talk.
Yeah, we can sit and chat, get some breakfast and some ale.
Figure
And
out
Here,
a
I want this
plan.
library.
So you guys find a very, I mean, even at taverns, like, whoa. I mean, the mugs are served and are gold etched around them, and it's just, the food is just like, you can just smell, it's like perfection.
Be rich.
It is an elven male behind the bar. It's hard to guess now his age, but probably pretty young for an elf. very polite, kind of taking care of his customers. You guys want to approach him, or you kind of?
Yeah,
So,
we're
Rachel?
gonna go and get some. We'll get some food. Ask him for. I'd like to get breakfast for the 6 of us and a round of ales. And do you guys have any rooms available for the evening?
Let me check on that. We have so many ships constantly coming in and out.
That's fine.
It's always hard to tell. It's kind of thrown up here and hoping, well, you guys merchants, I take it.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
Yep.
We do sell somewhere here and there.
So what's your product? We get all different people bringing ale, bringing wine, people bringing weapons. Although here at one time the best weapons that were ever made were by the Silverleaf, but that time is long gone. So we've been doing a lot more importing with it.
We
So
have
what's
our endless alchemy jug of
Yeah, we specialize in
honey.
high craft honey.
Yeah.
honey? Good on the bread. Good on the bread. Okay, so breakfast for everyone and ales. I'll get right on that.
Yeah. And here's a little sample of our honey to try.
I'll try that in a little while. Kind of sits it there. Takes about 5-10 minutes. Comes back. Goes, well, it just so happens I have 3 rooms available, but I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you.
We can bunk up.
If you don't mind,
How far away is the dock anyway?
I was gonna say, like, it's
dude, about a half a mile.
That's not. I mean, there's captain's quarters on there, so we can like
Split
split it up if we
Yeah.
need to.
Yeah.
We're fine.
I'll sleep on the boat.
Okay, well, the rooms here, this is capital city, and so rooms a little more pricey. A silver piece each for the room, so it'll be 3 silver for the room.
Oh, is that it?
Ooh, anybody got change for a gold?
I'll give him all 3 silver.
Okay, thank you. The food considered rooming for 3 days. First meal will be on the house. After we're pretty reasonable with food prices. So, how long you plan on staying? Are we doing a
Just
drop off, pickup, or
Do
just?
you,
Yeah.
do you guys happen to have anyone
Scared.
that specializes in boat repair?
Yes, actually, you can find men sometimes hanging on the dock looking exactly to do that. Sometimes coming through Berserker Isle, they have issues with their boats and damage. So I'm sure you could find a young wrestling there on the dock that could do the work you need for a fair price.
Boats seem to have had an accident of some sort.
So you said that the
More than all right.
Silverleaf family used to do a lot of the arms.
We don't mention that.
No offense, ma'am, but we don't talk loud that name in the duchy. It could be considered treasonous at the front.
Why is that? I
I'm
said that they used to do a lot of the arms dealing around here. So
Well, that was until the senior of the family was accused of selling weapons to the Blood Empire. Now, mind you, it's never been proven, but Lord Elred, here of, he's quick to judge. He lives with a lot of fear. So it's best not to say that name too loud. I mean, the last I heard, senior of the Silverleaf, he's been in prison for what? The last 2 years now in Drakehaven. It's the main prison area in this place. If you're always usually dealing with the port, many people don't get that far south.
Serena?
But as he's
what happened to the rest of the family?
from what I understand, they escaped. Some say they went to Zobek. Hey, it'd probably be the safest place since Zobek is kind of don't get involved in our political affairs or really none of the duchy affairs. They seem, I want to say, separate from all that. Being the largest trading city in all of Midgard,
So accused of selling to
the Blood Empire.
Blood Empire.
Some say that's why they lost Krakow.
Krakow?
Yes, well, the last war. That was part of the duchies here. After the last war, the Morrigu took it from us. A lot of angry feelings about that.
I'm gonna just really casually hold for thank you for the information. Anything
problem.
else?
Just
This is
make
very
sure,
interesting information. Appreciate
just
it.
make sure, you don't want to be shouting that name loud in these streets of city guards liable to string you up and Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, you should.
Point us to the rooms.
Yeah.
Upstairs, second floor. We're all kind of next to each other.
I'm heading back to the boat.
Yeah, I'm
get some
anxious
help?
to actually.
And I'm gonna go sleep in that fancy ass room.
Everybody's resting.
I want to be by myself. I'm going to go up to one of the rooms by myself.
Okay. You kind of sit there and you think about it, and you know there's something not right about this story. Yeah. Knowing your family would, you know in your heart that wouldn't happen, and if it did, more than likely it would have been due to pressure, if that actually happened. He wouldn't just do that. Your family wouldn't just do that. But you also know he is being kept in Drake Hagen, which you knew when he said that that's the prison area of.
Yeah. How far is it from where we are?
I believe it's about
Like here.
4-day travel.
I think it's like down in there.
So it's
4 or
in the
5 day
middle?
travel.
Somewhere
Yep.
down there.
Okay.
4 or 5 day travel. You know it's heavily guarded. You know that basically who stays in that area are the soldiers, the guards, and some civilian workers that maybe are there to cook for the guards and keep their rooms clean. It's a town without an inn. The civil servants that live there live in small cabins, a lot of them grouped together. So it's basically a prison town.
Okay.
That's the
Actually,
area.
gonna. I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry.
My name is Severin.
Severin? Thank you, Severin. I happened upon a rather sickly little pup, and I'd like to make sure he makes it. Is there anywhere nearby that I could maybe pick up some warm blankets and some food? And
Just need a couple blankets.
use something furry.
He kind of goes back in the back room, takes something that comes out. He says, for the gold. He gives you 3 small blankets
Thank you.
and some fresh chopped meat.
Oh,
He goes, that will do it good. Just small servings.
thank you.
What kind of pup is it?
And I'll just kind of pull. I've got him in a little satchel right here.
That's the smallest mastiff pup I've ever seen.
It's a mastiff. Okay, good to know.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Well, then, well, you have a good day. And,
I shall. Thank you.
is there anything else you guys want to do?
I'm actually just gonna.
No, I
wander
want
slowly
to
back
just
the
be by
boat.
myself.
Okay.
We have one extra room. You're welcome to use it, or you can go back to the boat. Which would you rather?
Doesn't really make a difference to me at this point.
Well, we paid for 3 rooms. So
Yeah, might as well, I
take it.
guess.
All right,
Sure.
I'll wander back to the
Take
boat
that
because I
and
want to
just
check on
finish.
Luna. And
Everything's
Nice
fine
rest.
there when you get there. Everything seems to be good. The wyvern's doing good. They're kind of resting. They kind of keep to herself in a small corner now. They've almost rebuilt the nest that you made for them. Kind of got it in their way. We're all kind of there. You notice that the red one now is more perched up on a piece of wood that comes across one of the shelves, as the 2 other ones are slightly below sleeping.
So I'll go over and try to say hello to them again.
Give me animal handling.
Handle them animals.
Natural 1.
Do not.
So you kind of get close up to it.
You lost your pinky.
Very nice.
And as you get there, it just kind of lets out this scream. And as it does it, you notice this small puff comes out of its mouth.
Oh, it's got a fire dragon.
As it kind of does it, and this kind of looks at you, kind of perks its wings up a little bit and settles in.
I'm sorry.
Oriana, I might want to leave them alone if I were you.
Oh, I'll just keep trying.
Okay. Bless your heart.
Well, everybody is kind of camping out in this town at this point, Donnermark.
I want to literally sit down with this pup, make sure he's got food, and I'm going to stitch some of the blankets that he gave me into this
Okay.
hammock thing that I've got around my body now, and I want to
Okay.
make sure that the pup is just kept warm.
Okay, so you managed to do that. Well, you guys basically rest. You sleep through the night fairly good. You kind of start dreaming of your aunt again. You get more of a distressed feeling this time in the dreams, where before when she was coming to you, this time it almost seems as if she's being pulled away from you. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh no.
I had a feeling.
Word.
All right, viewers, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.